Welcome to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story in the world of technology, creativity, and community, specifically the journey behind the MT-32-pi project. Now, for those who haven't heard of it, MT-32-pi is this really cool baremetal MIDI synthesizer that turns any Raspberry Pi into a dedicated emulation of the classic Roland MT-32 sound module. It's like taking a nostalgic trip back to the 80s and 90s, where video game music had a flair all its own. But what's been happening behind the scenes? Well, that's where the intrigue comes in. Let's take a moment to reflect on the recent challenges faced by the creator of MT-32-pi. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a project, fueled by passion and creativity, only to find yourself navigating a storm of negativity and hostility. The individual behind this project has experienced quite a bit of backlash, being labeled a clout chaser, receiving threats, and even having their designs stolen and sold without credit. All of this has taken a toll on their mental health and enthusiasm. It's almost unsettling, isn't it? It makes you wonder, how far are we willing to go to support art and innovation in the digital age? Sometimes, instead of gratitude and acknowledgement, creators face entitled behavior and harsh criticism. But there's a twist. For those who have supported MT-32-pi in the past, especially during difficult times, there's a heartfelt message of thanks. It's really important to recognize that behind every project, there's a person who might be struggling, battling issues that we often overlook when we engage with technology. Speaking of technology, let's break down what makes MT-32-pi so special. It's designed for a range of Raspberry Pi models, from the 02W to the Pi 4, boasting features like PWM headphone audio, MIDI input across multiple interfaces, and even LCD status support for showing system messages. But the level of accessibility it offers, no complex Linux setup, is remarkable. And what makes it truly exciting is that users can inject their favorite sound fonts to expand their MIDI experience. If you're into retro gaming or simply a fan of rich, nostalgic sounds, imagine loading up your Pi, adding a sound font, and hearing those 8-bit melodies come to life again. It's an audio time machine. Yet, despite all these brilliant features and the potential for joy it brings to many, the pressure and the negativity have led the creator to doubt if it's worth continuing. Which invites an interesting question. What does it mean to contribute to a community project, especially when it feels like the effort goes unappreciated? It's a reminder that the tech community is not just about bits and bytes. It's about people coming together, encouraging creativity, and fostering a sense of belonging. And when someone feels that being taken away, it can be a heavy burden. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to consider how we can all contribute positively in our interactions with creators, developers, and artists. Kindness costs nothing, yet it has the power to uplift and inspire. So for anyone engaged with technology or community projects, remember to reach out, express your gratitude, and support those around you. After all, we're all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of creativity and innovation. Thanks for joining, and until next time, keep those creative spirits high.